they see the scar, they see the lesson after we've moved through the thing. And what's really interesting is that the episode that got most recently a huge response was how to end a relationship. And this was so interesting to me because we were actually going through that, which is why we recorded that. And you were having hard conversations with people in your life. I was removing people from the walks, and it felt like there was an aliveness. Oh, we had just like let go of an employee. Like this, it was so alive. And so what we came to this realization that there are some people on the earth, you may be one of them, who are meant to speak from this messy middle place. And it's really hard to do this, especially when, like I was saying before, you hear these words: control, OCD, perfectionism. This is a huge part of our life path, is to figure out, like, we went our whole lives having to look a certain way, having it to be a certain way. And we have to literally shed that in order for people to actually be moved by what we're saying. And it's kind of trippy, honestly. But this is a huge step forward, if not the biggest one we've ever taken, towards just allowing ourselves to not have to be a certain way to share what's happening while it's happening and not a month later, because it hits differently when you're in the moment versus a month later. And there's almost like it's like the bow is tied, now we can share it. And like, this is an adventure. And like, what if we shared it before it was tied and we don't even know what's in the box and we're like, what the hell,
Exactly. And people are probably listening, it's like, why even go down this route? But like, if you think about it, everyone to some extent, think about like your Thanksgiving dinner, right? There's always like an uncle or a brother or something in the family that we just know we can't fully talk about, right? There's always like, well, don't ask this person about this because it's a sensitive subject right now. This is a sore subject. This is, we don't talk about this. Don't talk about politics. Don't talk. All these other things that are pretty much areas of life that, if confronted with and faced, would trigger the fuck out of everybody.
Yeah.
It would like, we can't bring this. Like, everyone will lose their shit.
And no one wants to see it.
No one wants to see it.
They just want you to deal with it.
But everyone is also only thinking about that when they see you. And that's the exact thing you're going to talk behind your back about when you leave. It's like, it's this humanness that we've always felt for, I think this has been around since the dawn of time. Right? And what we have done is realize those things that we feel in our own lives, they don't serve us. Like, if we just turn over all the stones in life and confront those things, confront our insecurities, confront certain relationships that aren't serving us anymore, confront all these other things, and just face it, we're free from it.
Right.
And also, we don't give a fuck if anyone talks about it. Because like, oh yeah, I know that's happening. And also, I did the best I can to get better than them. Actually, much better than I ever was before at this. So it's all good. Like, you care less about other people think about those things. And also, those things no longer plague you. And when you clear it out, literally life just feels better. Like, it feels like there's less poison in your life. You're not eating a burger and it feels poisonous anymore.
Right.
Just like it would be going to certain things, living a certain way. Because most people need to put themselves in a box of what they are comfortable of talking about and not comfortable talking about. But we're just like opening that up.
Yeah.
And it's very brave and noble in this day and age. And the people that people enjoy the most is, say, like an Oprah type figure. I would even say like The Rock to some extent.
Yeah.
Other
Theo Vaughn.
I mean, there's so many celebrities out there. What makes them so admirable and people want to watch them is because they share from a place of the scar. They go deep into what their childhood was like. They go deep into what they faced a few years ago, what they faced a few months ago, with relationships, within themselves, everything. That's what we really enjoy about them. And that is fantastic. And that is a huge step forward in comparison to generations before, where you could not share a single thing that was wrong about you because we were led to believe that threatened someone's potential possibility of wanting to marry you or marry into your family. If you have like a disgraced brother or father, whatever it is, that could really mess with your ability to survive and thrive. It can be used as somewhat of, especially, about 100 years ago, it can be used as somewhat of blackmail to some extent if they know certain things that really do not serve you. All these other things that are just skeletons in the closet.
Right.
They were holding us back for so long. And now, thankfully, there's so many people, like we just mentioned, that are feeling free enough to express those things that have happened to them, which is a huge step forward. But we see that as sharing from the scar, where a wound takes place and then it takes a while to heal. And once it's healed, here's the mark of how it healed.
Yeah.
We have realized just throughout our entire lives, we just kind of innately knew that the final step for us was to turn over all the stones we possibly can that we can see at that moment. And then also actively share with people as we're turning over the current stone. So we're sharing
Mhm.
from the wound. We're sharing when we're feeling sad or down bad and all those other things, as opposed to waiting days, weeks, months before we feel good enough to actually share it again.
Yeah.